While remaining easy to use, Ready Set Go has been developed for over 15 years to meet the needs of the prepress industry. It has advanced features for color management, printing, and typography that matches the requirements of some of the most advanced users. In typography, Ready Set Go supports the feature for being able to vertically justify the text. One can take a text box with text that doesn't fit to the very bottom and set it to align, either to spread all the lines or spread the paragraphs to fill the full height of the text box. Also, one can define drop caps and drop words very easily. To make a drop cap, I select the letter, format, drop caps. Let's let it drop 4 lines with an indent of 5 points. And then I can resize the letter as needed. Same thing with a drop word. I can take the word, format, drop cap. Let's let that drop 5 lines. Again, indent of 5 points, and the word is still part of the text, but the drop works automatically. Apart from this, Ready Set Go has advanced features for handling justification and hyphenation. Hyphenation can be fully configured with a set of exceptions. Also, preferential hyphens can be defined so that you may insert a word. Let's, for example, say HEA hyphen heather, and then that word will be used as a preferential hyphenation point to override that, and you have various controls on the finer points of the hyphenation itself. Also, Ready Set Go has features for professional justification and what is called ragged specs. If a news article has the text left justified as it is now, but the user wants it to appear more random than this kind of edge you get here, one can define the ragged specs here, set it to professional, and increase what is called the rag zone, which will increase the randomness of the edge on this side. Let's turn that feature off. Also, professional justification. It's very important in the newspaper industry when you've got your text justified, but you need to deal with the gaps between the words. So this will handle word spacing and character spacing in order to minimize the amount of gaps that appear between words. So if I switch that on and we justify the text, you'll notice that, for example, here in the first column here, you'll see that the letters here have been made closer to each other, and in some cases it will actually separate the letters out in order to minimize the gap, but it will not do it where there's a very big gap, because a large character spacing is in itself a problem. Ready Set Go provides several fine controls over the typography of the text. If we look at the typographic settings, we see the kind of detailed control there is. Auto kern, threshold and scale factor can be defined, as well as the leading between the lines, and some convenience features such as superscripts, defining the scale and the offset, subscripts, and even fractions. Now, even the text edit on macOS 10 has support for kerning and tracking, but Ready Set Go takes this a step further. If I don't like the kerning in times between the V and the I can actually go to the auto kern specs, open the settings for the current font, find VI, there it is, and I can change the kerning value within the application. So it's currently 0.06, let's make it 0.02. Replace that setting, and now you see that the I is a little bit further away from the V. The same thing with the tracking. So if I set my format to say auto track level 1, it makes it closer, but I can also edit the tracking. Go to auto track specs, edit, and here you can see you control the graph at which the font size changes the amount of tracking. So I could make the tracking grow more slowly according to the font size. So now it doesn't track as much, and the tracking will just increase as the font goes up. Or I could even reverse the tracking. So if I change my auto track specs, edit, I can make it now actually space the letters more as the font size goes up. And we have now the letters being spaced more. So with fine controls like these, you can preset Ready Set Go to do the typography in the way you need, and then just go ahead and just choose the font and size as needed without having to sit there and go through each individual pair or each individual letter that needs changing. Ready Set Go provides advanced features for every aspect of printing and color separation. Page setup is separated from printer setup. While page setup defines the size of the document that you want when it is finished, printer setup is the standard feature on the Mac for defining the actual size of paper that you're printing to on the printer. This allows printing to the edge of the page, tiling, and space for registration marks. If one looks at the printer settings, you can see the full features that Ready Set Go gives to printing and the full control. So color separation can be switched on and off here. You may also choose to print color names, registration marks, and calibration bars. One can position the marks and names wherever you want on the page. And you can also define advanced features such as selecting which plates get printed, how knockouts are dealt with, that is when you print colors above each other, so the default overprint black only allows black to go over other colors, and other features such as color specifications, process steps. Even you can go down to controlling how the screening is done and the shape of the dot when an image is printed grayscale. And this goes as far as individual controls on each item on a Ready Set Go page. So if I take an image, for example, get its specifications, I may also control how it separates, whether it goes to a single plate or gets separated, and I may also control the screening for that image. Trapping is another interesting feature for Ready Set Go. When you print color separations with two colors are close to each other, the registration is never perfect. So trapping allows you to expand, that is spread, or choke, that is reduce, the areas where the colors overlap. And one can control this for every item on a Ready Set Go page. So this can be done for text, images, boxes as well. Under the hood of Ready Set Go is a very powerful printing engine. Ready Set Go actually generates PostScript and PDF code directly. This gives us strong, full control over how the Ready Set Go page is generated on the printer itself, and lets us do things which the underlying system doesn't necessarily support.